day.
Back again.
It's another week, another day. I don't know if it's Monday or Friday. What are we talking about? Then that's how I'll know what day it is.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, shoot. For real, though?
Let's talk about... What do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
All right. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to, point this out, and I just did it again.
Point it out.
But, and something I'm trying to work on is I'm trying not to use filler words as much. There's nothing worse than when I watch back one of our podcasts and all I'm saying is it's like, and I understand that sometimes my brain fires and it's just, I'm here, I'm over there, and I just can't get the words out sometimes, but I'm just trying to be more aware of how I articulate and
I say like way too much. And
it's like my favorite word.
I know, and see, I just did it again. But it's so I'm just trying to think when I say it. I can't even say it.
I'm addressing this, on the podcast because I'm trying to make a conscious effort to not use it as much and not use filler words. And
you know what? You can just make this a drinking game. Watch Two Chicks in a Pod.
And drink every time they say like.
Yeah, every time we say like and every time we say and then you'll get so drunk that you'll be like, oh my God, my life. And then you'll be like, oh, and then you'll turn into an alcoholic. And then you'll just be so drunk all the time. And then you'll come to us and you'll be like, you guys got to stop saying it because this is how drunk I am. And you have to save my life. And then we'll be like, okay.
Yeah. Or maybe what we should do is we should rewatch our podcast, we play the drinking game, and then we will get so drunk and we will have the worst hangover the next day that we will never, ever, ever want to say that gosh darn word again.
Oh, wow. I'm into that. And
this hangover is brought to you by
yeah, by filler words that we can't stop saying. So anyway, what were we actually going to talk about?
I don't know.
Do you want to talk about these? Do you want to talk about these?
Armpits?
Armpit hair?
Armpits?
Yeah. Let's talk about body hair.
Let's talk about body hair. Yeah, no, let's talk about that. So,
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, why are we, it's a natural thing for hair to grow. Mm-hmm. It took me a very long time to not be ashamed of it, which is odd. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of men that are hairy as fuck.
And they don't give a fuck.
So, yeah, you grow hair all over your body. Literally, if it's not black hair, it's little blonde hairs. It's just how it is. So why are we so obsessed with getting rid of it? And God forbid if somebody saw your hairy bikini line.
Yeah.
Now, it's just, I don't give a fuck. I'm human. I'm not gonna waste all my time perfectly manicuring myself just to go to the beach to get sand up my ass crack anyways.
Exactly. And if you're looking that close that you can see hair on my bikini line, back up.
For real though. But where does that unhealthy attachment come from? And I think it really starts to stem at a young age when you start growing body hair and your hormones are all over the place. You don't know what the fuck is happening to you. Mm-hmm. And now you have hair coming out your armpits. You have hair growing in your pubic area. My leg hair was always still fairly light.
Luckily
for me.
Lucky.
But I remember being a child 13, and getting hair and freaking out and being like, damn, I gotta get rid of this. This is embarrassing. I don't know where it's coming. Like, why is it happening? And then my mother got mad at me for shaving. Instead of, talking to me about it, it was just, you're too young for lasers and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, man, you really realize how awful parents are sometimes to their children, and we need to do a better job of raising our children with love and kindness and compassion and treating them like human beings and not just treating them like children. And I think that's, a big thing is communicating. Like, they're not, I don't know what.
They don't know anything.
Yeah,
they don't fucking know anything. Like, that's a human that doesn't know shit. Your kids don't know shit. And, I struggled with that a few times where, like, Remy would be like, ask me something and be like, well, obviously. No. Nothing is obvious to children, period. Like, yeah. And I had a similar situation because, so now that I'm remembering this, so I started getting hair in my armpits first. And I always wore tank tops at school. And the boys at school started making fun of my armpit hair. And so I was like, I need to shave it. My mom wouldn't buy me razors for whatever reason. I don't even really remember. But my grandma ended up buying me razors. And she bought me, like, these really shitty, like, those pink Bics from the dollar store. So I take my razors. I take my razors at grandma's, and I'm, like, trying to shave my armpit. And I made myself bleed so, like, I skinned my armpit. That's why I have psoriasis growing in my armpit, because everywhere I get cut, I grow psoriasis, whatever. And then my mom always told me, don't shave your legs. You have blonde hair. You don't need to shave your legs. Don't ever shave your legs. And I wish I had heeded her warning, because I've never shaved above my knee, and you can't even see the hair above my knee, but my leg hair below, like, my knee is fucking black as night. And I did go through, so was that last year or the world is a blur, but I went through a couple months where I didn't shave my legs for, like, I think it was either 2020 or 2019, but I didn't shave my legs for, like, a long time. And two things happened. One, they fucking hurt. Like, because I had shaved my legs for so long, probably, that every time I put pantyhose on, once the fucking leg hair was long enough, it hurt. It was pulling. I couldn't wear boots. Like, it hurt. And I suffered for probably 2 months of just, like, my legs always hurt from my leg hair getting pulled. And finally, I just had to shave it because it fucking hurt. Like, it never went away. And I just couldn't handle it anymore. So I shaved. But, and then later, a couple months later, my boyfriend said to me that it was, he said it was always the worst when you came home at lunch and all the leg hair found its way through your pantyhose, and you would walk into the house and the sun would gleam and your hair would be all sticking out of your pantyhose and you just look like a fuzzy. I was like, why didn't you ever say anything? And he's like, you were doing your whole leg hair, like, adventure. I knew I shouldn't say anything. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I probably would have been like, fuck you at the time. But I was mortified. Like, because I noticed the leg hair sticking out of my pantyhose a couple times, but I didn't really, like, pay it no mind. But when he said that, and I know what it looked like, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
It's no different, though. Like, but then again, though, like, why do we make a big deal of that? Because there's no different than when you wear, like, a sheer shirt, and then your hair's all sticking out of, like, material. I didn't notice it did that until this year, and I was like, what?
Right? You're like,
I was like, is that, like, fuzz coming out? And I pulled on it, and it hurt, and it was my own hair I was pulling on.
Right? Like,
who cares?
Who cares?
Like, and the more we are candid and the more we talk about these awkward, like, growing pains of dealing with puberty and stuff, the more we can just act like normal human beings about it.
Right.
And
exactly.
embrace it. I know you don't like the saying normalize things because it's being way overused nowadays for the stupidest things, but something that I think we really do need to normalize is normalize body hair.
Right.
And
like,
let's normalize natural human functions. Because, I mean, the more we talk to each other about these things, the more we can learn from each other from these things.
yeah, like, how weird is it that there are still people in the world who can't poop anywhere but at home?
Yeah.
Like, I know that we're about to, like, that, and now we're going to talk about the review.
No, it is a huge thing. Like, people get super weird about pooping other places.
Yeah.
And why? Like, why is that so... Like, what happened to you as a child and that's still a fear as an adult?
I lived with my boyfriend for 2 years.
Yeah.
For 2 years. For 2 years, I didn't poop there. I pooped at Tim Hortons or a Husky gas station, anywhere that wasn't near him.
And how the hell are you more comfortable pooping in a place like that?
See, and here's the thing. Sometimes I would walk into Tim Hortons and too many people would notice me, so I couldn't do it. So I would drive to the other Tim Hortons. I'm not even joking. And so I would try to be inconspicuous. But if too many people looked at me and saw me go into the bathroom, I couldn't do it. And so I was constipated for a long time. Those 2 years were long. Like, if we were hanging out and I had to poop, I was just like, oh, I'm going to go grab a coffee.
Got something at work.
Yeah. Like,
I remember when you told me that, I was floored. I mean, I used to be super uncomfortable about going to the bathroom in front of significant others, too.
Yeah.
And then I grew up a little bit more.
Then you had, like, something happen where it was, like, there's no choice in this matter.
It's like, it is shitty sometimes. I mean, let's just say it, but, like, everybody has experienced explosive diarrhea. And how awful is that? So my bedroom, I have an ensuite in my bedroom, and then the other bathroom is conveniently right next to the master bedroom. Yeah. So there's no escaping in my house if you have to go to the bathroom. And I have weird digestive issues. I have for a very long time. But yeah, it's super awful when you feel like your body is defying you know, and you go to the bathroom. Quiet! And you're trying so hard to be quiet, and the harder you try to make it quiet, the louder it gets.
Yeah, the harder you squeeze, the louder the trumpet sounds. Like,
and then it's like, do I turn on the tap? Like, but then it's obvious what I'm doing in here, and then you just sheepishly go back into the room. Yeah. But again, too, like, what does that say about your relationship if you're too scared to, you know, do a normal body function in front of them?
Exactly. Like, and if he's gonna judge me for pooping, like,
yeah, get out of here. I mean, it is like, I personally think it's weird when people shit with the door open. Yeah. And that also might come from like a childhood trauma, because my stepdad used to, my bedroom was upstairs, and my stepdad, not my most recent stepdad, my like last ex-stepdad, Sammy Whore.
Yay! Being nice.
I'm not being nice.
I know.
Because she put these like that. Well, my last stepdad, he did some shitty things, but I mean, he's acknowledging his mistakes and he's growing from it. Yeah. Good job, man. Yeah. But yeah, my other stepdad, he was a fucking dick, and he was a dick just to be a dick. To the point where he would shit with the door open every single day, and I think he would just sit on the toilet to play those stupid like puzzles and like crossword games and shit. And I would open my door and have to ask him to close the door so I could go downstairs, and then he would get mad at me for asking him that. After he sat in the bathroom chain smoking cigarettes, and the vent for the bathroom was in my bedroom. So after he smoked me out, he would get mad at me for asking him to close the door. So I'm a little bit weird about people, but no, that's not also true. I guess because I've been shitting in front of you shamelessly.
Yeah. You had diarrhea in front of me. Like,
but we're like
we've shared a bathroom stall. Yeah,
we're a different.
But that's again, like, I feel safe with you. Like, you know.
And I mean, if I really had to, and there wasn't a choice, I could probably shit in front of my boyfriend. I would be uncomfortable, but I mean, I could probably do it. But he's super supportive and loving, so
yeah.
I mean, there's that difference, but
yeah.
But yeah, I had an ex that would shit with the door open all the time, and it bothered me. It's like,
well,
man,
it's
gross. Like, it doesn't smell good. I don't want to smell it. Like, I don't want to see it. Just.
And like, I don't know, like,
excrete your body waste in private.
There's a lot of guys who will feel emasculated if you see them on the toilet. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's good. Like, I don't want to see you on the toilet. Like, I don't. So just keep that shit in there. Like, I don't care if you're shitting, but I don't want to see it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, and it's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
my mom, actually, we went to Vancouver to visit my brother for 4 days. We left on Thursday and we came back on Monday, and she did not poop. I'm outing my mom, whatever. She doesn't watch this. Hope she doesn't. But yeah, she literally couldn't. She just can't. Like, she couldn't in the restaurants. She couldn't at the place we were staying. Like, she just couldn't. And that's just her thing. Like, she can't poop around where she's not comfortable and safe. So there's a lot of people in the world probably like that.
But I think it's like an animal thing too. Like, animals, like, that's why.
Yeah, your dog.
Well, yeah, Franklin hides when he poops, but there's other dogs that will like stare at you when they're going to the bathroom. And
Cooper used to do that.
Yeah, and apparently it's because they feel safer. They're making sure, like, that you're watching out for them, because when you're pooping, you're vulnerable. So it is kind of a bit of a natural instinct. But also, like, let's talk about, like, people not being able to go to the bathroom. Hi.
Yeah.
It's like, it's awful. It's awful not being able to be regular. And I've been recently trying a bunch of different things to try and see what it is and make it better for myself. But also, like, what are we doing to our bodies that our bodies can't do normal functions anymore?
I know.
Like, that is the scarier thing to think about. So,
I find, though, that drinking water solves it. Like,
yeah, but it's like, look how much water I drink, and it's still nothing. Like, I can drink water.
That's
and
true.
That's the thing. I can take laxatives for like 3-4 days before I'll go sometimes, even. Like, laxatives, Metamucil, like, if I'm backed up and I start taking Metamucil, like, it'll take a good few days usually to work. Right now I'm taking greens. I'm taking, like, a colon relief thing that's supposed to, like, clean it out with, like, all the, like, the good things, like magnesium and licorice and a bunch of different things that are supposed to be good for your digestive system, and it's still just not working. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the best I ever felt, though, and I will say, like, the best I ever felt and the best my digestive system has ever been is when I cut out meat. And that's, I think that really says something. Like, I don't know.
That's me too. When I went to Vipassana for 10 days, there's no meat there. And so I was vegetarian, had to be for 10 days. And that was the healthiest I ever felt, the clearest my mind has ever felt. I was just having, like, little rabbit turds. Like, I used to be very constipated all the time, but I've significantly reduced my meat intake in the last couple of years. And I can tell when I eat, like, steak or if I eat a bunch of chicken wings, like, it does not go well for my body. Like, it just doesn't, my body doesn't process meat super properly, I guess.
Or it doesn't digest it.
Digest it, that's what I mean. Not process.
That also, like, to me, like, I always like to compare things to nature, and carnivores go to the bathroom regularly. Like, my dog goes to the bathroom regularly. But I wonder if it's not so much meat being the issue, but processed meat. That's so probably true. Processed food in general. But when you get away from meat in general, like, if you cut out meat, then you're forced to eat more mindfully and organically a little, and you're eating more vegetables and stuff. But yeah, I wonder if it's like a processed, or like, what they're feeding the animals that you're eating too, because they're not eating enough grain and grass, natural grass, probably either.
Right. And a lot of the chicken wings that I eat are usually boneless, and that shit is basically chicken nugget processed paste. I love it though. But like,
yeah, I've never been able to get behind those. I'm like,
oh, man.
boneless chicken wings? Why don't you just go get chicken nuggets?
Because
And that's all they are in sauce.
Because I want them in buffalo sauce and honey garlic. Like Boston Pizza. I shouldn't have said that. I don't want to promote them. We're out of time. Eat healthy.
Love y'all.
It's okay to poop.
Yeah.
And have hair.